What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Snap. There's a new Pokemon Snap game that's coming to Nintendo Switch, and according to the Pokemon Company, it's coming soon. The game is called New Pokemon Snap. Simple enough, right guys? So they showed off this game in the Pokemon Presents presentation that was about 10 minutes long. I actually did a live stream on it. If you want to watch my live reaction, you can definitely check that out on the channel as well. But let's go over some of this new information for New Pokemon Snap. And let's also talk about the possibilities next week, because there is going to be a brand new Pokemon Presents presentation that has some big news, which the Pokemon Company said themselves will be big. So let's go ahead and get right into this here, guys. So here's this new Pokemon Snap. Get ready for New Pokemon Snap, an all-new adventure for Nintendo Switch that's inspired by the classic Nintendo 64 game Pokemon Snap. In New Pokemon Snap, you'll explore deserts, jungles, and more as you photograph fan-favorite Pokemon and discover never-before-seen Pokemon expressions and behaviors. So here are some other things to know about the game. You can explore beautiful islands, discover lively wild Pokemon, capture beautiful Pokemon photos, and make your own photo decks. And it does seem like there's going to be multiple pathways that you can take. And the graphics definitely look better than Sword and Shield. For everybody who tagged me and mentioned me with that, yes, it looks better, but no, you cannot get out and capture wild Pokemon and battle them and do all that stuff. You can't do that in this game. It is pretty much an on-rails photo game. That's pretty much what this game is. I played Pokemon Snap on the N64 back in the day a lot. I used to rent it all the time. Couldn't afford it, but I used to rent it so much. And I think that with this game, you know, Pokemon New Pokemon Snap, I think it brings back the nostalgia. I think that's what this game is going to be. I don't know how good it's going to be in terms of like the quality of the game. I think it's going to be a solid title. Like, I don't think it's going to be like, oh my gosh, this has just so much stuff that you can do and crazy stuff, but I think it brings back the nostalgia for a lot of gamers out there. So they're excited to hop back into it. It's been 20 years. People have been asking for a new Pokemon Snap game. I think it's like Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Puzzle League. Those are the two spin-offs of Pokemon that people have been asking for a lot. Also Pokemon Pinball. So the fact that they finally made Pokemon Snap 2 or New Pokemon Snap is really cool, and I'm excited to see what people do, and I'm excited to see how they develop this game, because they did say it's coming soon. And Bandai Namco is going to be helping out with this one. And of course, Bandai Namco, they're no stranger to the Pokemon franchise. They've obviously worked on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which have Pokemon characters in there, but then they also did Pokken Tournament as well. So Bandai Namco is no stranger to the Pokemon franchise. They know how to work with this franchise before. They've done it and done a really good job with their games dealing with Pokemon. So I think that it's going to be a solid game overall. But like I said, I don't know if it's going to be like, oh my gosh, this is like a crazy, 90 plus Metacritic or anything, but I think it's going to be a fun game that people can kind of dig into a bit. So I think it's coming 2020 based off of that coming soon, where they said that in the presentation. I know some people were trying to say, oh, well, they said in development, but that's just them saying, hey, like, they're still working on it. We have like a release date that's coming, but I think it's going to be a 2020 game. Now let's talk a little bit about this next thing here, and that is the big news for next week. So we have the Pokemon Presents today, that is the 17th, and then on the 24th, which is next Wednesday, we are going to be getting another Pokemon Presents where that's even going to talk about more big news. So what could this be? I've pretty much whittled it down to 3 different games that this could be from the Pokemon Company. I'm thinking that it's not going to be a new IP. I don't think it's going to be something else. I mean, it could be a new IP. That's like the wild card. Never mind. Let me just say this. That is the wild card in all of this. They make a brand new IP and they show it off, right? But it's called Pokemon Presents, so I don't think it's going to be a new IP, but you never know. Maybe it's something to do with Pokemon and it's just like, I don't know, something else. But anyway, there's always a slight possibility that there's some type of new IP mixed in with Pokemon or something like that. But I don't think it's going to be that. Now, the 3 things that I think that it has a chance of being, the number one thing, or not number one, but just in no particular order, is Pokken Tournament 2. Pokken Tournament 1 did really well, sold over 1 million on the Switch, sold over 1 million on the Wii U, made plenty of money, people like the game. Pokken Tournament 2 would be hype. I'd be completely down for that. I'm a big fan of Pokken, put 300 hours plus into the first game, put a lot of time into the Switch version of the game, so I'd be completely down for a brand new Pokken tournament with like 40 different Pokemon starting out on the roster, more options for multiplayer, online play, all of that good stuff, man. I was really into Pokken on the Wii U. Heck, I even bought the Pokken tournament special controller that was like the arcade controller that they had there or whatever, so I am down for Pokken tournament 2, so I think it could be that. The next thing that I think it could be is a Pokemon Gen 4 remake. So like a Let's Go version of Pokemon Gen 4, or just Pokemon Gen 4. Just Pokemon Gen 4, and that is the next thing. So almost like a Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, like that, but you know, not the Let's Go type, right? Not the Let's Go type. So it could be something to do with that Gen 4, which is Diamond and Pearl. By the way, Gen 4 is my favorite gen of all time. I just love the designs. I love the Elite Four. I love everything that you can do in that game. I thought it was dope. The online play, the competitive battling, it was just really cool. Yes, there was some broken stuff in there like Garchomp and all that, but I know, but they've nerfed them, and hopefully they kind of fix this type of stuff that's going on there. But regardless of the matter, I think Gen 4 is sick. And if they do a new Gen 4, I'm hoping that it's more like Heart Gold, Soul Silver than Pokemon Let's Go. I'm hoping that it's not like Let's Go, because like Let's Go, while it was dope, I mean, it was cool and everything like that, I didn't like the fact that you had to use motion controls when it was docked. Portable mode was okay because you can just use the analog sticks and you can still do everything normal, but docked, they made you use motion controls, which I didn't like at all with Let's Go, so hopefully they fix that. If they fix that, then I think the Let's Go games could be better. But I would like for them to actually make like a remake of Gen 4, which I don't know if they will, because that seems like it's going to take a lot of work, you know, and, you know, Pokemon Company deadlines and stuff like that. But maybe this game isn't for this year, if that's the case. I don't know if this game would be for this year. They can take some extra time to make the Gen 4 remakes, and hopefully it's like Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Now, the third possible option is a brand new Pokemon game, like the third one. So like you have Pokemon Sword, Shield, and then people said like Gun or Bow or something like that, right? So Pokemon Sword, Shield, and Bow. So they make that, and that's coming out either this year or next year. I mean, I'm guessing with the whole Isle Armor DLC and stuff that's coming out in 2 parts, that I'm guessing that it's not going to be something that comes out this year. If it is a brand new Pokemon game, I don't think it would come out this year, but there's always that possibility that it is, right? That it's the third version, like a Pokemon Platinum, for example, or a Pokemon, they've made them before. So it could be something like that, or even like a Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They could do that where they just kind of revamp Pokemon. I mean, that is an option, guys. That is something that I also think, which would probably lead into like my third thing here, or my extra thing would be like, they take Pokemon Sword and Shield and they completely revamp it from a graphics perspective, from a content perspective, and then re-release it as Pokemon Ultra Sword and Ultra Shield, where they just like really improve a lot of the things that gamers had a problem with. And I want to make sure that I talk about that, because there were some problems that people had an issue with Pokemon Sword and Shield, which are completely legitimate, right? Like the graphics definitely could be better. The tree that we're talking about here, right? You guys all know the tree. They can fix that tree. So there's a number of things that they can do. So I'm excited to see the future of what this Pokemon Presents is, since the Pokemon Company themselves kind of hyped it. I mean, that's just, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. But like I said, all these things could happen, right? All these things could happen between Pokken or like Gen 4, or a rebranded or remade Pokemon Sword and Shield with greatly improved graphics. I mean, I think gamers might like that the most out of anything. So it would be interesting to see what you guys think about that in the comment section. Overall, for the presentation, I mean, it was only about 10 minutes long, so it wasn't too long, so it's not like, oh my gosh, this was such a long presentation and like it needs like a grade or anything. But I think to me, without Pokemon Snap 2, or without new Pokemon Snap, the presentation definitely wasn't that great. Because really just kind of like mobile games here and there, right? You had Pokemon Smile, which was for little kids, which I get it, completely free app if you got kids, cool. I mean, they had that Pokemon Cafe mix, not necessarily something that I'm really interested in myself. They had Pokemon Go, which was obviously mobile stuff to where you can do all that, but people love Pokemon Go, so it's like whatever. Then they had Pokemon DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield, right? So that's cool. And like the whole like super battle thing that you can do, Dynamax battles, which there's like a free thing that you can get. So that's pretty dope for people that are into that. So overall, it wasn't like the greatest presentation, but it was a lot of Pokemon stuff, right? And it wasn't that long. They didn't waste our time, which is I hate when these companies do that, where they talk about stuff forever and they just kind of like wear out their welcome there. So it wasn't too long, and they had some cool news and also the tease for next week, which should be interesting. I'm going to be live streaming that event next week as well, just like I live streamed this one. So that should be fun too. So what are you guys' thoughts when it comes to new Pokemon Snap and also the news for the next Pokemon Presents presentation? What do you guys think is going to happen? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.